This NFL preseason picks week 1 edition of the Sports Gambling Podcast brought to you by Circus Sports. Circus Sports is giving away $14 million this NFL season. Sign up in Vegas and play from anywhere. Get all the info over at circusports.com. We're also brought to you by our Patreon. Score exclusive perks, content, and contests, including our NFL win totals contest with $1,000 prize. Join today at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/Patreon.
Hey, this is John Smoltz, and you're listening to SGPN. Let it ride.
Cox.
He's one of those guys who will get penetration.
Welcome everyone to the Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm Sean, second the money green with my partner in picks, Ryan, Real Money Kramer. What's happening, Kramer?
Dog.
It says picks in the title, Sean.
Yes,
we're doing picks. 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 Play the trumpets.
Oh man, it just feels so good to be back. NFL, Ryan, this is kind of our rehearsal for the NFL regular season week 1 picks podcast. Of course, we'll be out beautiful Las Vegas, doing some live shows out there week 1, as we've been known to do.
Hello.
And yeah, got even a bonus Friday show. Stay tuned. More details on the way, but I think.
What do you mean bonus?
I think people are going to be excited about that. Ryan, we keep giving
Have your people talk to my people.
Keep giving people bonus content. Of course, taking a little break here from the 2-a-day team previews. We're still doing 2-a-days, actually 3-a-days, because we got a sweet interview with Randy Cross, friend of the program, talking UCLA, talking a little 49ers, talking a little cut blocks. That's going to be airing Sunday night. So getting ahead of some episodes, because we're going to be out this weekend at the Fantasy Football Expo, representing the Sports Gambling Podcast, dominating Dez Bryant in the fantasy, the flag football game. I almost said fantasy football. I could dominate him in fantasy, obviously, but flag football. He throws up the X, I throw up the 0. Tic tac, no, Dez Bryant. I'm excited.
I'm fairly. If there's one thing I feel like I'm still confident I could do well is form tackle the shit out of someone. What's the penalty?
Yeah, that's the other thing.
What's the penalty if I go low?
I don't think Dez Bryant realizes the format of this flag football game. You only get 4 attempts to score a touchdown. I don't think there's 4 first downs in this format.
It's essentially like overtime rules.
Yeah.
So basically I feel like you have 4 downs to score. Yeah. Basically you can tie and then it keeps going. But like some of these games ended because
one intercept.
Well, they scored and then they got an interception on defense, or they intercepted the other team and then they were just able to like just casually like meander the ball down the field.
We're gonna stay tuned. Follow us on X at Gambling Podcast. We'll be tweeting out posting some videos, some photos, I'm sure, from the Fantasy Football Expo. Got a party there. So again, if you're going to the expo, come by, say hi. We're the sponsor for the Friday night party. That's going to be a ton of fun. And of course, if you're reading the headlines, man, corporate gambling, reloading, getting stronger by the day. We need you in the trenches, doing your part, going to war against corporate gambling. SportsGamblingPodcast.com/Patreon. A lot of people have already signed up. I've announced the prize for this week's weekly prize. Not only do you have a chance to get the $1,000 NFL win total season long prize, but we've been doing weekly prizes. Prizes will amp up. I already know what our prize is going to be for NFL week 1. It's going to be fucking badass. So get in while you can.
I will say this has brought a youthful bit of energy into Sean in the office.
Yeah.
Very excited about some.
So we're gonna do this week. The Patreon contest is $50 cash and mystery memorabilia.
Ooh.
I have a bunch of random sports memorabilia. We have a bunch of show random memorabilia here. It could be an item from the set. It could be an old shirt. It could be Vape Wild sunglasses. If you're that old of a listener, it could be my LaFonso Ellis autograph. So it's something random, and I think that's kind of fun.
I have so back in the day before the Panini Prism like Super 4D cards, I have some sort of, at the time it was like a 4-figure Drew Bledsoe card. Just found an old box of cards, Sean. Maybe we'll have to dig up some of those special edition Drew Bledsoe cards. Are they still worth anything? I might have that 89 Ken Griffey Jr. rookie card. That famed Upper Deck one or Tops, whatever the fuck it was.
Chat is lit as always. YouTube.com/sportsgaming-podcast. Get involved there. Turn on the notifications so you don't miss the chat. JR Baltimore saying LFG. Sean here to help you pronouncing Izzy A on the Jets. It's Israel Abanaconda.
You know,
I feel like I got there a couple times, but
there wasn't. Sometimes I'll correct you. I feel like the banter was going on, and it didn't seem right to cut in. But yeah, I think you had it right. You just didn't have like the inflection all the way down.
Yeah, and I stumbled through it.
Abanaconda.
Yeah, I didn't have much confidence selling it, but Abanaconda. Abanaconda,
like Wakanda. Abanaconda.
He's gonna be fun. And again, as we go through this preseason picks episode, we got a couple like big picture stuff on how to handicap them. Obviously, we got some plays. We're gonna pick every preseason week 1 game against the spread. But I think it's also, I think you can learn a lot from fantasy. Yeah. Not only the guys who play, but I think some of the guys who don't play. You know, coming back to the Eagles running back situation, the reporting's been kind of all over the place. I've been trying to keep people looped in the Discord because I do think like Kenny Gainwell could be a really big value. Now, by all accounts, he was getting all the 2-minute drill stuff. It seems like he's maybe the leader in the clubhouse now, but then early on they were saying DeAndre Swift had a crazy passing game. I've always been a guy who said, take Penny, take Gainwell. Cause I think there's going to be value on the other guys. Cause Swift was getting drafted so higher. So
we're talking regular season though. You're not talking about the preseason DFS.
No, preseason DFS. I'll tweet out a lineup because I'm sure I'll be getting down, but that you got to do kind of some like even a day out. I think we almost have to wait to see because there's always going to be some late scratches, etc. Try and find the quarterbacks that are going to be playing most of the second half, like DTR, who ended up being a decent pick there.
Smash. Some teams have already kind of declared or at least hinted they're going to play their starters. I do think it's the unique thing about the new 3-game format. I do think teams legitimately, honestly, I'll make a F1 comparison that no one will understand, but it feels like teams use deploying different strategies. I think when the four preseason game format, everyone had figured it out. Everyone did the exact same thing. I think we're going to see a number of teams play their starters in week 1, which would have been unheard of 5 years ago.
So update on the pronunciation. It's Abanaconda.
No way.
According to JR Baltimore.
Abanaconda? No.
James Conn?
Are we sure you're just not listening to your favorite Northeastern accented
right,
beat
I feel
reporter?
like I'm getting dumber trying to read this and figure this out.
I 100% heard play-by-play guys in college say Abanaconda.
Okay,
so
that's what his name is.
I'm gonna guess they knew who one of the best players on Pitt his name was, but maybe I'm wrong. But again, if you got some some guinea from the Northeast trying to say Abanaconda, it might come out wrong, Sean.
Well, a couple other things I've noticed, Ryan. One, I think we are seeing slightly more starters play. I feel like, or
oh no, 100%. Like I said earlier,
yeah.
I think some teams are deploying a strategy of getting reps in every game and maybe crescendoing. I think some teams are going to crescendo in game 2 and not play their guys at all in game 3. And I think some teams aren't going to play their starters at all. So
yeah, I mean, breaking news: Eagles. I'm predicting we won't see Jalen Hurts at all in the preseason. Maybe one series, but even that, I'd be pretty surprised. I've also noticed, and this is really a coward's way out. This is the first year, and correct me if I'm wrong, Ryan, but at the quarterback position, they will list oars.
Okay, we started talking about this in the office. Maybe I'm crazy.
Baker Mayfield or Kyle Trask. Don't say that's fucking annoying.
The Niners did it as well. I believe.
The Niners, of course, did it as well because I have a
oars.
I have a bet. Yeah. No, it's Brock Purdy and then Sam Darnold or Trey Lance.
All right, so I have nothing to back this up, but I certainly I feel like we've seen this before and it wasn't a big deal. Early team issued depth charts before a preseason game when it doesn't really mean anything. Having guys next to each other. Maybe they didn't have or in the past. Maybe it was just they listed both guys in the same line. But I feel like we've seen this before. And yeah, I mean, honestly, like who cares? But the fact that you're doing it is very, very 2023. Very, very. We don't want to offend anyone.
Yeah,
they can't transfer. You own their rights. This is not some college shit.
Why not? I think sometimes it's the publicists that actually fill out these depth charts and what does it mean? Blah blah blah.
That would be hilarious.
I think some of the coaches are like, fuck off. I don't want to deal with this. I gotta get ready for ball. Bears also teams.
Well, why do we have depth charts?
That's a great question.
Gambling. Why else would we have
teams who end up doing horrible in the regular season? Oftentimes, and I don't know if there's any sort of actual correlation, but they end up doing really well in the preseason. Of course, when the Lions went 0-16, they were of course 4-0 in the preseason. Bears and Texans last year, great example. They were battling it out for the 1 and 2 draft pick, and they both went 3-0 in the preseason. So,
what do you think that is? Just basic, like
I don't know if there's
more roster competition because the team's bad.
Yeah.
So more people trying to fight, or is it coaching staff trying to prove themselves?
I think there's probably something subconsciously going on where they go, this might be the only time we get a win. We don't got a lot of wins coming. Let's get them all we can here in the NFL preseason.
At the end of the day, football coaches are always football coaches.
Yes.
And wins are wins. It doesn't matter that you're a spreadsheet nerd and you think the preseason doesn't matter. Although I will say, like just as again, someone who watched an archaic franchise for a number of years, and then Brian Dable showed up, it does seem like the idea of giving a shit about preseason is stupid. The extra game in the regular season, the length of the season, how much injuries impact teams.
Yeah.
As I've aged, I've kind of changed my opinion on this topic.
Well, last year, I mean, was a great example. Everyone was, giving Nick Sirianni and the Eagles shit for, they're going so easy on these guys. John Ritchie, famous former Philadelphia Eagle fullback, was like, we used to do 2-a-days, 4 hours. Like, this is bullshit. Meanwhile, the Eagles had every one of their starters not injured for the Super Bowl. So that ultimately is
small
the
sample
goal.
size, but yeah.
No, but I mean, both years,
obviously, yeah.
Both years, Sirianni has had pretty good injury luck, and they've been really light with the practices and really light with the preseason.
Well, I mean, the science is there. Like,
I mean, obviously,
the bodies can only take so much.
Yeah, and
why put it on their bodies in the summer months when actually they've shown that the load can be higher, putting like 2-a-day type stress versus. Why not save those miles? Again, Formula One reference. The engine only has so many miles. Why burn it out?
Only so many loads you can take.
Only so many loads.
And
I mean, you want to handle that big load at the right time of the season.
Well, also though too, like obviously injury, non-contact stuff. It's not like the freak injury, non-contact injuries, blowing out your ACL can happen. Knock on wood, it doesn't happen to any teams you're involved in.
Giants' new turf is winning so far.
You know what else is winning, Ryan? Circa Sports. Oh, I'm just chomping at the bit. We got 2 big trips here lined up in August, going to the Fantasy Football Expo, and then end of the month, taking the pilgrimage to the Mecca out in the desert. If you're a sports fan and you haven't been to Circuit Sports yet, I don't know if you can call yourself a gambler. I don't know if you can call yourself a DJ. You can't proudly call yourself a DJ if you haven't been to Circuit Sports, haven't had a nice stiff drink with Derek Stevens, the unofficial mayor of Las Vegas. Just think about that. Sign up for the contest. Your chance to win $14 million in prizes. Do you have any blackjack chips you can get with $14 million? My favorite part is telling Derek that when we win Circa Millions, is it okay if we get it all in chips? Derek's eyes light up. Yeah. He goes, in fact, we prefer it.
It's why he likes us the best.
Yeah. Derek's awesome. Circuit Sports is awesome. So many prizes, even within the millions. There's a bunch of different ways to win. Perfect thing to go in with your buddies, your gambling group chat. Enter in Nevada, play from anywhere. Come out August 24th to 26th. Celebrate Kramer's birthday. Sign up for the contest. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, I mean, and honestly, if you're a patron and I'm buying you a shot, that could be just coming from Derek. There's a chance you could parlay that into meeting a casino owner. So
he did randomly give away some chips to a guy. Remember we were hanging out at the bar.
Sean,
and a guy was like, "Oh, hey, wait, are you sports gambling podcast guys? Oh yeah, I like that show." Blah blah. And then Derek goes, "Do you know these guys?" I'm like, "Well, they're listeners to the show," and he just like hands these guys.
They're your
chips.
people, and he has just a handful of $25 chips.
Yeah,
and he's
just like Santa Claus. It's
and they're
awesome.
like special colors. They're like Derek's chips, just promotional purposes only.
Derek's awesome.
All the way. And you know, dead serious. A couple guys who have been kind of acquaintances of acquaintances who have rolled by at the right time, and they have now like once in a lifetime story. I don't know if you remember the one guy. He was telling us how he kept striking out with the roulette dealer, it's pretty spicy. And then all of a sudden he's having drinks with Derek, and the next thing you know, the roulette dealer waving him over. Come play at my table, sir. So,
there you go.
all right, we're back to you listed all the things that we want, that the reasons it'd be good to do this episode, talk about the macro stuff,
a little injury, a little personnel stuff too.
Also, we got to get our preseason reps in.
Yeah,
football season's around the corner. It's a full 16 game slate. Hall of Fame game, almost like the Super Bowl. Bookends it, but you only got one game to focus on. All right, Thursday night, 4 p.m. out on the West Coast, 7 p.m. where we will be, Sean, in Canton, Ohio. Houston, the Texans taking on the New England Patriots. Even when these teams don't have ties, it always feels like Houston is just a long lost cousin of Bill Belichick and his disciples. Houston's laying the points here, 3.5, -170 on the money line. Pats +150. 37 is the total. Shout out to Walter Football for tracking preseason coaching records. I think he's the only place on the internet. Bill Belichick 50 and 38.
Well, and
straight up,
and more importantly, he's on a 10-4 run. He's 15-8 straight up week 1 of the preseason. So there's a couple of things. Like if you're going to bet preseason 1, welcome to be a degenerate.
Hello.
2, like you got to bet on coaches, right? Don't get sucked into like who's playing how much, because again, it's going to get balanced out by these 3rd and 4th string guys. It's really going to come down to the play calling, how aggressive they want to be towards the end of the game, aka actually trying to win. New England 21-9 against the spread as a dog in preseason. Now the Texans, obviously new head coach, we don't know. I would say
D'Amico Ryan's dog. I think if I had to guess, they want to get CJ Stroud some good looks. I don't think they really care. The fact that, and again, we're seeing historical, not only line movement, but people are getting really like the action's
line movement, but
in.
also Ryan, like when we first started picking preseason games, it was a rare occurrence where you would get a spread above 3. I mean, in the NFL preseason, key numbers are 1 and 2, because a lot of times they'll go for 2. They don't
3.5 was basically like a 9.5 in the preseason.
Yes. Yeah. No, 100%.
That's what you're trying to say. So the fact that we are looking at a day of days where all these spreads are, there's a bunch of 3.5s, but on top of that, there's an absolute crazy amount of 4.5s, 5.5s, some 5s, some 6s, depending on where you look. So yeah, I mean, back to the idea that Houston should be laying 3.5 points. That indicates to me that they're going to be playing their better players for longer, which makes sense. Belichick doesn't care, right? Well, but he wins these games, and the reason
he's
is
good as a dog.
Hard-nosed coaching.
Yeah.
So versus a young coach, coming from Shanahan's scheme.
Well,
I'm with you.
And
Patriots.
And how do they win these games? A lot of times it's the defense, right? The defense is always ahead of the offense. I mean, Bill Belichick and the Patriots, regardless of who is out there for the majority of the game, their defense is going to be coached up. I mean, Belichick's good at the fundamental shit, and that is the stuff that matters. Give me the New England Patriots plus 3.5 all day. This is crazy.
are we firing on every under?
You know, I was going back and forth. It used to be an auto under for, this is going back years and years.
Like every year.
It used to, especially week 1, auto under, but I think they've kind of figured it out a little bit. The totals have been creeping up. I'm not going to do the auto under this year, right? But
they say the number is 37.
37.
I was on VSiN with Hoops the other night, and I gave out the nugget 57%. If you look over the last 5 years, if you take the under when it's 37.5 or higher.
Okay.
So I think I'm going to do that. So I'm going to fire whenever it's
so unders on all 37.5 and below. So I'm looking, you got 1
and above.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. 1, 2, 3,
we got some
4,
action.
5. All right. Okay. I can co-sign.
I think there's an over line too, but I'm not getting involved.
I think the over line's like 33.5.
No,
honestly, whenever they set the Hall of Fame game at, those bastards, rat bastards,
they knew what they were doing. All right. Second game, final game on Thursday, 7:30 on the West Coast. Minnesota heads to Seattle, where the Seahawks are laying 4.5. One of those bigger spreads we mentioned. -190 on the money line. Minnesota +165. 35 is the total. A lot of this is all about the fact that the backup quarterback in Seattle is a former first-round pick. I would imagine there's been some talk about. So from what I can tell, the teams that are favored by 4.5 or more are all signaling that they're going to be playing quality players deep into the game.
Yeah, but again, like that stuff is so thin because if they do end up scoring, then a lot of times it's just like they want to see a successful drive. So as soon as they get that successful drive, they take them out. It's not like they have an opportunity to rack up a bunch of points. And Nick Mullins, again, has started a bunch of games. Jaron Hall, I'll say this for the Vikings, third string quarterback. I think he's up there with DTR as far as a guy that has some mobility, and mobile quarterbacks are the ones that are interesting in preseason, interesting late. I think it's insane that Seattle's laying 4.5. Again, look at Carroll, Pete Carroll, 1-5 straight up last 6 games. Now on the other side,
26-20 overall straight up.
Yeah.
FYI.
But again, I think it goes in waves as to how much they care about this. The fact that Pete Carroll's been cold as of late. I mean, 0-3, 1-2, 3-1, 0-4. That's going back to 2018, 2017. He was 4-0. I just think it's insane. Again, like I'm gonna lean dog here in a lot of situations, but especially at 4.5. I mean, that's bonkers.
Kevin O'Connell didn't win a preseason game last year.
No, he was 0-3. But again, I think they can. He's
a young
this.
coach.
Yeah.
Pete Carroll's an old coach. I'm going to take the Seahawks. Actually, I think I'm on to something here in my head.
Okay.
I didn't have a hot take here, but I do think that Kevin O'Connell, again, going back and looking, it didn't seem like he was very interested in winning the game last year.
It's going to be, and there are some situations. Obviously, everyone, if you're listening to our show, I'm sure you've seen the trend about the Ravens winning 23 straight preseason games, 20-3 against the spread. So there are some times where I'm going to lean favorites, but inherently so many of these games are coin tosses. I think you're crazy, especially if you're getting over a key number of 3 or 4 to be laying, unless you got a great angle on it.
Yeah, I will be not locking up any big favorites. All right, next up, let's move along to Friday.
Oh, real quick, Ryan, we got some great nuggets here in the chat.
Let's get some nuggets.
Preston says, my wife says it's circa or divorce. LOL, still deciding.
Wait, circa or divorce?
Yeah.
What's the decision?
No, yeah, I mean, to me,
you can get married again.
Yeah, come on. I mean, if Circa was really smart, they would have the ultimate sign up divorce weekend where you can sign up for the contest, get divorced.
I already pitched
get some chips for your divorce.
Derek owns
I mean, they have that 24-hour wedding thing in Vegas. They need a 24-hour divorce thing.
Yeah, just a quick break, a pause.
Yeah. Again,
I pitched this to Derek. What I told him is he owns a number of the casinos in the downtown area.
Yep.
Take the one across the street, knock it down, build a replica Circa, but instead of being a sports book centric thing, it's a spa, and it's for women. It's a big ass spa,
lady casino.
It's a big a lady casino. There's sexy men with coming around with the massages.
All right,
$2 above the table, $5 below the table, just like at the men's casinos. And yeah, like that's how you solve the problem.
He said he's leaning circa.
Oh, well, be careful. I wouldn't lean anything. You got to commit. Full go. All right. Full send. Giants and Lions here, 4 p.m. on the West Coast. Lions catching 3 at home. Embarrassing. Plus 135 on the money line. Minus 155 for the Giants. 35.5 is the total. Dable seems to be one of those guys who might not care a ton about winning the games in the preseason. Dan Campbell just looks like he cares all the time, but he didn't care at also. This is joint practice. Also, I don't know how many of these teams are joint practicing this week, but the Giants and the Lions had 2 days of practice leading up to this game. There was a baby skirmish day 1. I had got no reports of anything crazy happening day 2. That tells me that maybe neither the Giants started slow day 1. The Lions had a shaky day 2. Maybe neither team is turned up all the way because they're still week 1 of the preseason. So I'm expecting a sloppier game here. Tyrod is the GOAT.
And he's going to be,
but I don't think either team's going to try to win this game.
No, it's
how do you handicap that?
It's well, again, coming back to just taking the points. Dan Campbell 1-5 straight up in his preseason career, 1-4-1 ATS.
Not much better.
Dable 0-3 last year against the spread. I mean, Tommy DeVito, to me, not a guy. He's the 3rd string Giants quarterback. Not a guy who's gonna succeed.
I wrote this down. Don't come after Tommy DeVito. he has a chance to become a preseason god.
Well, Brian, preseason.
You seen how beautiful he is?
Preseason gods are right over on the Detroit Lions side. Teddy Bridgewater, who is probably like
he's too old for this shit.
Probably half the NFL fans confuse Teddy Bridgewater and Tyrod Taylor. They're like the same guy in their mind. Again, Teddy Bridgewater, ATS god, and Nate Studfeld himself.
Oh wow, still needing to look, huh?
Great backup quarterback situation there. I'm taking the Lions here. I also think, again, you're getting 3 points. Why? I'm in on the Lions here. I would say this too.
Because the quarterback play.
Yeah,
Tyrod playing significant time is clearly better than anyone else that's going to be coming out.
I don't know about that. I think Teddy Bridgewater is a guy. He knows how to win some preseason games because preseason games are all about checking it down and being efficient. I mean, Tyrod's good at that too. I'll just take the guy who's getting 3 points, and also Nate Sudfeld greater than Tommy DeVito. I'll also say this:
I don't know if that's accurate.
I feel like I was on to something. And maybe someone in the chat or if TJ's listening from the research team. Any of our guys listening, it would be great to pull the information because I do think there's a correlation between joint practices and unders. I think you practice together for a couple days, they go hard, they beat the shit out of each other, and then there's really just the dregs left kind of for the game, and that ends up producing some pretty ugly games and some ugly scoring. So again, I haven't run the numbers, but I think there's some correlation there.
I've also heard unsubstantiated rumors that Giants, there may be a informal hit on Nate Sudfeld if he enters the game. So be careful, Nate.
Ryan, what are you doing?
You're
laying points with the Giants.
I'm in. No. I just told you, Dable has spoken about this at the podium. He will structure the game like it's a practice.
Yeah.
They will like practice certain scenarios in the game. So
talking about practice,
I don't think winning is going to be his optimal outcome. Another 4 p.m. kick here on Friday. The Steelers heading down to
the NFL's awesome. Just a reminder,
heading down to Tampa Bay.
I'm excited.
Where the Bucks are catching 3 plus 130 on the money line, minus 150 for the Steelers. 39 is the total. So we're taking the under in this one.
Yep.
And the note here is Mike Tomlin, preseason GOAT. He's 37-24 all time straight up. And he's going against the guy Todd Bowles, who's 7-12 in his preseason games. I also the concern here obviously is that they don't have any quarterback. They're an OR team. So an OR team means they have bad quarterback play if you compare it to starters, but good quarterback play if you compare it to backups. So maybe they'll have good overall quarterback play here.
Well, I'll say this too. But
Tomlin's going to play to win.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Tomlin plays to win every game.
I'm going to actually lay the 3 here.
He doesn't.
What concerns me is not Baker Mayfield or Kyle Trask. It's the dark horse in the QB race, aka the Wolford of Wall Street, John Wolford, who has that mobility, who has that like guy who, I mean, they carted this man off, Ryan, and he was like giving a thumbs up. This guy doesn't give a fuck. That's kind of what scares me. I like the Steelers.
Taylor Heineke vibes.
Yeah.
Which is scary in the preseason.
But again, like the Steelers,
but they have Mitch Trubisky.
I mean,
preseason GOAT. Mason Rudolph.
Mitch, please. Mason Rudolph. Like Tomlin won, like regular season division games with these knuckleheads. I think
they got Tanner Morgan from Minnesota. All right. He's not going to be an NFL quarterback, but he can move a little bit in the preseason.
And I'm hearing Baker kind of has the leg up here. Not Baker, Trask actually does, because of Baker's turnovers. According to something I read, Baker's thrown 11 interceptions in the preseason practices to Kyle Trask's 1. Now, I don't have deeper context on that, because sometimes it's almost good to throw a couple interceptions in preseason. It means you're pushing the ball downfield. Whereas you can take some dink and dunk stuff. You can run the ball as a quarterback and not look horrible, but really not be great for regular season. But I'll go here. I'll go Pittsburgh here -3.
But if they're the oars, aka the either or quarterbacks, it's like a tag team. Who do you want coming out when Kyle Trask is down and out? They need to be able to slap Baker Mayfield, get him in there, get the crowd into the game. I don't see how you don't start Baker. If nothing else than the old, like let the vet get beat up a little bit so the rookie or the young guy can be the hero. Tomlin greater than Todd Bowles all day long. Another 4 p.m. kick here on.
I'm just laughing at the chat. Earl James saying lots of bets coming in from Iowa on the Steelers, boss.
Really? Yeah. I mean, it's like that guy wanted to place $100,000 bet on a college baseball game when they had received $0 in bets on the college baseball game to that point.
I mean, I think one of the college football Twitter accounts had the story, but it was Alabama's football team brought in Pete Rose to give a motivational. Like, come on, guys, read the room.
What's the motivation? Hey, if you
#Legends only.
You play your cards right, you can do 40 weekends a year signing autographs out in Vegas. He's the Wilt Chamberlain of signing autographs.
Supposedly, he saw this coming, like the memorabilia thing, where he would change his uniform a couple times during a game so that he could auction them off down the line as game worn uniforms. Like, this guy loved action. He loved money. A little bit of a junkie.
I mean, it's like that. Yeah, I mean, it's like that Lenny Dykstra time.
Oh my God.
All right.
Reminder: Lenny Dykstra voicemails will be aired on the bonus podcast.
Oh yes. Green Bay, the Packers laying 4.5 against the Bengals in Cincinnati. This one's also at 4 p.m. on the West Coast. Green Bay -195, Bengals +170. 35 is the total. Sean, we got a note on the sheet. We're also taking the under on the Steelers game.
Okay. Toss that in.
Just so everyone.
I mean, both teams are bad in the preseason. LaFleur's 3-7 straight up.
So this number is there for a reason.
Zach Taylor 3-7 straight up as well.
Yeah. The Packers have signaled that they're going to be playing their starters for greater than 0 snaps. And so again, that's where this happens. This is one of the lines that got steamed up a little bit based on this news. So there's part of me that if I'm like really handicapping this market, to your point, there's so much end of game variance with third, fourth string quarterbacks that will be playing in the USFL.
Are you kidding me? Give me the 4.5 all day. Maybe not on the money line, but the key number. Let's go. Baby.
Also, like, if you're asking me which team has a better roster, I understand Burrow's hurt, but this is the random like preseason being influenced by weird public opinion game. So yeah, I'm with you. I'll take the Bengals. Who day or who dat? Who day? Who day? Okay. Atlanta. Oh, where's our Harambe jersey? Get that thing over. All right. Last of the 4 p.m. games on Friday. The Falcons heading down to South Beach to take on the Dolphins. Dolphins 2.5-point home dogs +115 on the money line. Falcons -135. 35.5 is the total. A lot of 35s there. I don't know what this one's tough.
Yeah, I mean,
Arthur Smith in new mustache man mode. I don't know if that means he gives a shit about the preseason. But I would if I think Desmond Ridder probably needs the reps as much as anyone in the league.
Yeah, I mean, again, a lot of that doesn't. Like I would probably play some Desmond Ridder, but it's weird that logic doesn't always translate. Miami 4-0 against the spread, last 4 at home. Arthur Smith 2-4 straight up in ATS. Very small sample size here. I can't imagine they play Tua. If they're crazy, maybe.
No, they can't play Tua. This is a Mike White versus Taylor Heineke game. Who you got?
Yeah, I mean, again, they're kind of the same guy, right? I mean,
that's a little bit disrespectful. Taylor Heineke has done it. Like Taylor Heineke almost beat Tom Brady the year that Tom Brady won. I
mean, watching that game, did you ever think
he balled out? He balled out for him in the postseason. I mean, I don't know if you can take. I think it's unfair to put him in the same category as Mike White. Mike White has more confidence, though. Yeah, I'll give him that.
He's got drip.
He does have a lot of drip. And who knows what Mike White's up to in South Beach? He's probably got some ladies coming to the game. Hey, I'm starting.
He's got his heart medicine going. And Skylar Thompson again covered the big spread against the Buffalo Bills. I think the combination of the second and third round quarterbacks, or second and third string quarterbacks for the Dolphins, I'm going to give them a slight nod over Atlanta's depth. So I'll take Miami.
Logan Woodside has some experience playing for the Titans.
No, but dude, Skylar Thompson played competently in Buffalo in a playoff game.
System. I think it's a system thing.
Well, he's in that same system.
System thing. Yeah, I'll take the points. I mean, I'm with you on the it went in down.
This one I'm not gonna lock up.
I don't know if we want to. Taylor Heineke's gonna come out balling. I'm gonna be pissed off. Next up, 4:30 p.m. on the West Coast. Washington heads to Cleveland to take on the Browns, who are laying 3.5, -170 on the money line. The Washington.
Sorry, you were on Dolphins, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Dolphins. The Washington unnamed.
One time you fade the Falcons.
Well, it's preseason. It doesn't matter. The Washington football team is +150. 38.5 is the total. So we will be on the under system play.
Well, first off, we got to talk about players complaining that Eric Bieniemy is too hard. This just shows you Ron Rivera, just not a good coach. How do you let this become a news story where like Ron Rivera is announcing that? Why would you bring that up in the media? Like, keep that behind closed doors. Like, why is that a news story? It's crazy to me.
Maybe this is why Eric Bieniemy hasn't had that chance yet, and maybe Ron Rivera is playing chess.
Well, and the Browns again have played competitive ball under Stefanski, 4-2 straight up. It does look like Deshaun is starting.
I'm not touching Deshaun Watson.
There's no handicap here. You just take the team that already played a game. This is one of our systems.
Really?
Yeah.
I forget how has that system been in the past?
I think the nugget I have from last year is that over the previous 5 years, it was 60-something%.
Okay.
But it's more of just, again, playing logic. They're just ahead of whatever Washington's going to put out there. Even if there wasn't this Ron Rivera using the media to help calm his coaching room.
Yeah. I would normally take the dog here, but the fact that Cleveland already has played and the
DTR
weirdness,
looked pretty good.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, let's go Browns.
We'll be watching this game with Browns fans.
Yeah,
come on,
all
Sean.
right, of course. Ryan, hey, real quick, a new sponsor to the program, ParlayPlay.io. Oh man, is there anything more fun than parlaying player props? If there is, I am unaware of it. Again, Parlay Play, perfect place to parlay some of your favorite player props. ParlayPlay.io is where you go to sign up and get started. 100% deposit match up to $100 when you use our promo code SGP. They also get you like a $5 free game. Bunch of states, California, Texas, bunch of provinces up in Canada, and they got it all. I mean, they got EPL, a big three, WNBA, UFC, MLB, little bit of everything, and a shit ton of esport props as well. So again,
#Legends only.
Get in, sign up, deposit. Obviously, NFL right around the corner. ParlayPlay.io, promo code SGP.
Can't wait to parlay some NFL with Counter-Strike.
I'll email the guy and see if I don't know if they're doing NFL preseason, but obviously that would be sweet.
That would also
it's
be
probably tough to set a number.
If I was a startup, I would be a little nervous about that kind of. Hopefully they got some equity.
I think some of those parlay places were offering NFL preseason. So if they do, stay tuned.
Yeah, that's really bold of you. Good to you, sir.
At Sean T Green on X, I will definitely tweet out some parlay play stuff.
Oh, wow, personal promotion, huh?
Yeah,
I didn't see that on the rundown. 7 p.m. on Friday on the West Coast, Denver.
Follow me on Instagram, Sean T Green,
for totally unique content. That's something you'll see nowhere else. Denver -5 here in Arizona, -225 on the money line. Cardinals +195 in the debut of Mr. Jonathan Gannon. 37's the total. This is a giant number.
Massive number. It does sound like Colt McCoy is going to get the start, even though he was resting his tired arm. Red flag.
He's old, dude.
Clayton Tune, though. I was talking to Colby about Clayton Tune. That dude is a gamer. I mean, he doesn't give a shit about.
I feel
about
like
his own body. Like I'm forgetting the game, but he just
you're talking about
crazy,
him in college.
Yeah, diving play. For the goal line. When you saw that, you're just like, dude, this guy wants to win. Broncos, obviously, though, they have a decent second and third quarterback. Russell Wilson, Peyton said he wants to see some stuff from the starters. I'd guess it's one drive, or maybe two if they don't look great. But Jared Stidham, again, who's looked competent, and then Ben DiNucci, AKA everyone eats when Ben DiNucci's
That's
playing.
my note here. Who's laying? Who's laying with the
Why would you lay?
Because Sean Payton wants to make a statement now that he got embarrassed.
And
now that he got embarrassed on Hard Knocks by Aaron Rodgers.
And David Blau, who again, he's got some starts in the NFL. To me, this falls under that previous stat of like teams that were really bad overall in the regular season end up showing up in the preseason. I wouldn't be surprised if the Cards win this game outright. I'm definitely going to take them +5 points.
Yeah, I mean, certainly when you look at the depth chart, I understand DiNucci played well in the XFL, but I'm very intrigued by Clayton Tune. It does sound like he legitimately could be the starter week 1. Been showing a nice connection with, I mean, we've been talking about him for months at this point, but Michael Wilson, I wonder how many reps he's going to get because he's just been running with the one. So I don't even know if we'll see him a ton. So I think the Arizona, like most bad teams, not much difference between their best players and worst players, meaning there's a lot more competition ideally, meaning I don't understand this. Sean Payton's not even a preseason god. I believe he's like one game over 500 in his career. So I don't know where this is coming from. And again, I think the idea that Sean Payton's going to give a shit about winning this game enough. I mean, laying 5. Come on. This is dog potential. I'm just gonna.
Brian, we owe it to the fans
Oh.
to play the Sean Payton bong rip video if we can somehow track that down here in the next couple seconds, because that really really is.
And I see that things must be going well today because the bots have entered the chat.
Oh, Josh, right on point here with the Sean allegedly Sean Payton.
Keep going. Keep going.
You're the man. Yeah, you are.
That
One more
guy's so
time.
great.
Yeah.
Pull it out. Yeah, there you
Keep
go.
going.
Clear the chamber.
Keep going.
You're the man. Yeah, you are.
I could listen to that all day. You're the man. Yeah, you are.
And then that just
Such a great stoner
laugh.
Oh, it's perfect.
You think he's giving a shit about a preseason win?
He was kind of coming off as a hard ass. Again, 5 points is crazy. Like this feels like a 17-14 game. So
Feels like a family gathering where everyone's gonna eat because the Nooch will be in the game in the fourth quarter. All right, Titans. Though we're moving along to Saturday, 10 a.m. Tennessee, the Titans, they're taking.
Sorry.
The Titans are heading to Chicago to take on the Bears. Bears laying 3.5, -165 on the money line. Titans +145. 37.5 is the total. The data would tell you Mike Vrabel is not a preseason coach. Meanwhile, Matt Eberflus, he went 3-0 last year.
Yes,
but
we have breaking news because Mike Vrabel is not actually coaching this game. He is turning it over to one of his
defensive line coach, Terrell Williams.
Yes,
who would shout out to our Terrell, who tipped us off to this because apparently he's a North Carolina A&T guy, which
HBCU,
which is Terrell's both Terrell's alma mater. But yeah, I mean, I don't know if you watched the press conference, but Vrabel seemed pretty like Vrabel had this look in his eye like this will be a great experience. I can't wait.
Well, and I think again, this guy wants to win this game, right? I mean, as very few times in NFL preseason week 1 do we find motivation, and usually the motivation comes from the coaches. Obviously, Terrell Williams, the whole reason that Vrabel's throwing him the car keys is, a cool move by Vrabel. He's like, hey, this dude probably deserves a head coaching job at some point. I'm going to throw him the car keys, get him a look, get him some game film, get him some reps on actually coaching. It's kind of a cool gesture by him, and I'm sure it could help him get a job down the line.
I mean,
and the fact that the Vrabel feels comfortable doing this means he knows the players are going to be on board and have his back. Give me the Titans +3.5 all fucking day.
Yeah, I think just in general, it's the kind of thing you do if you feel very comfortable in your seat.
Yep.
You're not afraid of being replaced, and coaching is one of those weird professions where they don't really trust that you can do it unless you've done it. But how can you show them you can do it?
It's a weird thing
if you don't have the opportunity to do it. So this is a little of that show and tell as well. I like the angle. I like the motivation of the players, and maybe the Bears don't fit that model year 2, or maybe this team is still that bad. Sorry, Bears fans.
Yeah.
This is more of a play on Tennessee than a play against the Bears for me.
No, it's just a great motivation. I mean, I might be taking the Bears later on because Eberflus was 3-0. Again, small sample size, but the situation spot for the Titans is just they're going to be fucking running through a brick wall.
Hopefully. I wonder if he'll practice threatening to cut his dick off to win a preseason game. Learned from Coach Vrabel. The Colts. Speaking of teams that will be rolling out their shiny new quarterback,
Anthony Richardson or Gardner Minshew as QB1.
That's crazy. I thought he was number 1. I thought he was the top of the depth chart, Sean.
Oh, Kramer, clearly
10 a.m. on Saturday.
Clearly they're trying to make him earn it.
Colts head to Buffalo where the Bills are 5-point home dogs, +170 on the money line, -200 for the Colts. 39.5 is the total. So what does that tell you, Sean? We're going to be on the under here. And we were on the under on the last game too, actually, because it was 37.5. I'm gonna come over. This is crazy. Why are they laying 5? And if you watch any of the training camp footage where they're mic'd up together, Gardner Minshew and Anthony Richardson is not the alpha. This concludes my statement on this game. I don't know how you can lay the points. I'll take the points.
And the Bills, I'm with you, obviously. Although I think, Anthony Richardson might be an interesting quarterback. Obviously, a guy who's going to scramble a bunch, running around, maybe get some rushing touchdowns. The Bills seem to take a preseason fairly serious under Sean McDermott. 12-6 straight up during his time. I mean, not only did he get the 5 points, but it's just a good spot here.
Do you think Anthony Richardson just goes nuts because they're not playing real defenses? There's always the worry of that, where it's like they're not actually doing anything, and so he can just stare. So the book on him so far is he just there's been multiple shots of like showing Gardner Minshew like moving his head around, like moving the defense around. Then there's Anthony Richardson
just staring.
And he's just watching TV. It does,
but all it's gonna take is
him running. Right?
Yeah, and you see how fast and how big that dude is, and you're like, holy shit, this guy needs to be on the field. Kyle Allen and Matt Barkley going for the Bills there. Again, Barkley's not I'll pull his numbers, but
He's trash.
Oh yeah, he's not great.
He's USC trash.
But he's a guy who can win you a preseason game.
Yeah. I also just it's a big number. I'm not
5.
You can't. It's
What's
really
here?
difficult to lay a
What's
number.
going on here?
The only team I'm willing to lay. Maybe I should get off that Seattle number. You know what? Switch me to Minnesota. That is stupid.
Yeah, you're crazy.
That's
Ryan.
too many.
Producer Josh is on the Colts -5. Let's bring him on quickly here. Josh, explain yourself. Why are you taking the Colts here -5? What are you doing?
Just value. I gotta switch it up.
Is he? Oh yeah. All right.
All right. So you just want a couple favorites in there. I get it. Right? Is that basically the angle?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna go with a yes.
All right. Caught Josh off guard there. He's working on the Sean Payton Pong video, doing the Lord's work.
I like that he disagreed with us though in the sheet. That's a real alpha move. Unlike that beta Anthony Richardson. I'm telling you, Sean, you watch.
He's really big to be a beta. I'll say this.
He defers to Gardner Minshew.
Ryan,
I hear that he sleeps on the floor in his van.
Ryan, you got to hang on to this take of, who's the Florida Gator quarterback that's going to be surprising people week 1? Kyle Trask, and just keep comparing Kyle Trask to Anthony Richardson. We're going to the Fantasy Football Expo. You say that Kyle Trask will be the best Florida Gator fantasy football player. People will get irate.
The take is you say he's number 2. Anthony Richardson, number 2, Florida Gator quarterback in the NFL.
There you go.
All right, moving along. 1 p.m. on the West Coast. Again, this is Saturday. We got the Jets heading to North Carolina, not all the Carolinas, where the Panthers are laying 3.5 here, -180 on the money line. Jets +160. 37 is the total. I haven't heard too much about what Frank Reich plans to do. I would assume you'd play Bryce a little bit.
He is, Bryce Young starting,
but auto play on the Jets. They already played a game.
Frank Reich has been on a good run, 9-1 straight up. Saleh though, his first loss actually. He's 5-1. Well, let's see, or maybe 5-2. Either way, he has. Because he only played. I think they randomly only played 2 preseason games in 2021. Because I think there was some weirdness coming back from COVID. Whatever it was, he has been he was 5-0 previous to the Hall of Fame game. So that was his first loss as a preseason head coach. Like the bounce back situation, of course, like the 3.5 points. Easy handicap here.
You were talking about Saleh there.
Yes.
Not Frank. Okay.
Oh, well, I started off by saying Frank Reich was 9-1, but Saleh was doing pretty well. Again, a Hall of Fame game was his first loss.
And again, I'm going to fire on the teams that already played a game. It seems like an advantage at this point. It's kind of like the week 0, week 1 college football thing. Jacksonville laying 3.5 here. 2 p.m. kick on the West Coast, heading to Dallas, where Dallas has to head home from California as well. They, of course, training camp all the way out in Oxnard because they're full of themselves and they have to make a fucking show, disturb this beautiful neighborhood in Oxnard, California, just to show how fucking Jerry, how cool he is. Wow. You can fly your team to California. They have this really nice facility in wherever the fuck we were in Texas. And yet they go all the way out to beautiful Oxnard to disturb that poor community. Dallas +3.5, +155 on the money line. Jags -175. 38's the total, so we're going under.
I mean, if you take out 2016 Doug Peterson's first year as a head coach with the Eagles, where he went 4-0 in preseason, he's 4-12 straight up in the preseason. So I don't think the Jags care.
Oh, this is when we pick the Cowboys, right? No, I think we. I think we got to go. Goldilocks isn't playing, so we should be good here.
I'm with you. Fuck Dallas.
Plus, do you think Dallas really wants to let their backup quarterbacks play well, so Dak will feel sad?
Well, and again, CJ Beathard had some decent moments in the league.
All right, trivia. We all know that Cooper Rush is the backup quarterback in Dallas. Yes. Who is the 3rd string quarterback and only other quarterback on the roster?
Oh man,
you have once had passion for this man.
Really?
He played in the Big 12.
Okay. Oh, Will Grier.
Will Grier, aka Will Greer, West Virginia. He's not very good.
No, that passion was misplaced.
Cowboys must be strapped for cash. They're really confident in those two quarterbacks. Most quarterbacks have at least four for camp.
I guess it's because he went 4-1, but I Cooper Rush was a massive liability. I mean, we rightfully shit on him and the Cowboys in the preview, but if you're Dallas, like, how do you not upgrade the backup quarterback position with all the uncertainty surrounding Dakota Rain Prescott?
I just hope that he's okay after the brutal verbal assault he took from his defensive backs. I mean, it's just got to be so embarrassing.
Dak's a bitch.
All right, next up, 4 p.m. on the West Coast. We got still on Saturday, Philly, the Eagles taking on the Ravens. Ravens laying 6 -245 on the money line. Eagles +205. 36 is the total. This number is way too big, but you still can't. You got to take Baltimore. You got to take Baltimore.
Give me the Philadelphia. Oh man,
Sirianni 1-4-1 in the preseason.
No, he doesn't care.
You nailed the 20-3
All
ATS.
Right. Baltimore -6. 23
game win streak. They have not lost a preseason game since 2015. Sean,
yeah. Think
about what you've done since 2015. Well, the Ravens haven't lost a preseason game in that time. And
crazy.
Lastly, 10 of their last 12 preseason wins have been by greater than 7 points, 9 of them in double digits. So this
I mean, the 23 in a row is impressive, but 20-3 against the spreads even crazier. Cause like, how do they not adjust the line even more?
And this isn't the first year that people are onto this trend. I get it. Gambling gets bigger and bigger every year, but this has been the thing we lead with every year for the past 3 or 4 years.
Yeah. I guess you got to take the Ravens.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it's okay to pick. I mean, just like it would be okay for us to pick the Cowboys when it doesn't count. So it's the optimal time to take the Cowboys. All right, little battle of LA here. The Chargers. So maybe we should just go back to just calling them San Diego and see if we can will it into existence like the Redskins fans are doing it. So
they're trying. They're making a
petition for the San Diego to just call them the San Diego Chargers of LA. That's fine.
That rolls off the tongue.
That's fine. Well, it's working for the Angels. Chargers taking on the Rams in SoFi. 6 p.m. local time here on the West Coast. 3-point spread. Rams laying it -150 on the money line. Chargers +130. 33.5 is the total. Oh man.
I mean, neither team. I think the Rams. You know why the Rams are -3 is because they have such a young team. They almost have to play some of their starters.
A lot of competition,
ton of rookies and stuff like that. That being said, neither of these teams care about winning the preseason game. Both coaches are bad ATS. If you can find that 3.5, I think you pound the Chargers.
Oh, wow.
Either way,
Nice
if it's
one,
at 3,
Sean.
I'm still taking the Chargers.
That was beautiful. Getting your tout work in there.
Oh yeah, come on.
If you can find the best possible line,
I would suggest betting.
Yeah, I would suggest taking the best number. I actually think you have to take the Rams. I think that we in the team preview for the Chargers, we talked so much about how top heavy their roster is.
Yeah.
And how it's just going to be an injury here or there and they'll be in trouble. If you're Brandon Staley, all the vets have to sit.
This is a toss up, but I'm with you just because the competition on the Rams side is going to be so much fiercer.
Dude, Stetson Bennett is going to be a preseason DFS guy. He is going to win. Yeah.
Stetson Bennett's going to look incredible.
Yes.
And Les Snead is right. He was the best quarterback from this draft class. All right. I like that narrative. Give me the Rams -3.
And this one's 33.5. Maybe do we peek at the over here? A little LA shootout. Greatest show on turf returns in an open air dome. We're going to start calling it that, an open air dome. All right. No, we're not taking the over week 1. That's crazy. All right, let's move along to Sunday. 2 games. I love how they're getting us trained, getting the muscle memory ready. 10 a.m. on the West Coast. Kansas City, the Chiefs taking on the Saints in New Orleans. -3 for the Saints. For some reason, I did not see a money line. 37.5 is the total. So we will take the under here.
I mean, Chiefs playing Gabbert. Some would argue, I mean, when Patrick Mahomes went out in the playoff game, didn't miss a beat with Blaine Runner coming in there.
Wait, it wasn't Blaine Runner though. It was Chad Henne. He retired.
Same difference, right?
Remember Chad Henne had that sweet retirement.
Oh, I do remember that. Yeah. Blaine Runner.
Or wait, was that last year? Hold on. I don't always have the best short-term memory for whatever reason.
Woo!
ain't smoking my weed.
This to me is just a fade of Dennis Allen. Dennis Allen 5-10 straight up.
Yeah.
As a head coach, 5-10 straight up and ATS in the preseason. Andy Reid doesn't kill himself to win these games, but he's like floats around, 500. So I easily take Chiefs +3 here. And you said 37.5 is an auto under, right?
That's the line.
Okay, let's go.
So you're okay.
I'm on Chiefs. I penciled you in on the Chiefs.
And
that's the sharp side. But if you want to go square, I can put you on New Orleans.
Jake Haener was one of our more favorite quarterbacks coming out this year.
Okay.
And Jameis Winston's going to play. What are you doing?
Oh, wow.
What are you doing?
All right.
Jameis versus Scrubs. We're going to get the Jameis highlights. We're going to get the Jameis highlights.
I'll stick with the Chiefs.
Sideline interview with Jameis, please.
I'll stay with the Chiefs here.
NFL Network on all day. Give me the Saints, baby. Plus, we saw the stuff the Saints get into. They'll do anything for a win. 1 p.m. on the West Coast Sunday. The Niners head to Las Vegas to take on the Raiders. Raiders +3.5, +155, -175 for the Niners. 36 the total. Niners, of course, the double stuffed Oreo, because they got 3 quarterbacks.
Or yeah, I mean the quarterback play behind Jimmy G, Brian Hoyer, Aiden O'Connell, Chase Garbers, not amazing.
They went 4-0 last year under McDaniels.
Yeah,
and they tried really hard in the Hall of Fame game playing Josh Jacobs.
Yep, 6-1 ATS in their last 7 game ones, 6-0 straight up in their last 6 preseason home games. Why do you think they're so good at home? If there's ever a game where NFL players going to Las Vegas in a game that's meaningless. I mean, we saw them out and about, Ryan, for the Pro Bowl. I can only imagine what a preseason game is like. Hangover City. Give me the Raiders all day here.
Niners will be traveling on Saturday early, so they'll be there for a full day, and they'll have a night, specifically a Saturday night.
Well,
they don't play
again,
until 1 p.m.
And again, San Francisco has had their ass kicked in the NFC Championship game, but everyone's buttering them up. Oh, all they have to do is figure out that pesky quarterback situation to pencil them into the NFC Championship game. I like the Raiders here. I like them.
I think we're also going to get a tremendous amount of Trey Lance. They have to roll the dice on the trade bait right now. This has to be it. They have to go right now. No,
trade Trey.
Free Trey.
Trade Lance.
Free Trey.
Free Trey.
Free.
So Kramer, you're also on the Raiders?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I see producer Josh on our sheet. Last second swap to San Francisco -3.5. Maybe he's secretly a Trey Lance guy.
He's a Trey Lance honk. He's young. He gets attracted to that kind of stuff.
Ryan.
Yes.
Time for the first of the season. Lock, dog, and tease. Although again, would not actually recommend teasing preseason games.
Should we just do a money line round robin instead?
Oh yeah.
We just swap that out.
I think we should do that for the actual show.
Okay.
And I was talking to Kramer about what if we switch it up to 3 locks for the NFL. Let's get your votes, because the 2 lock thing feels
too much.
3 locks,
your reason's bad too.
3 locks, you get a result. I feel like there was a lot of times I go 1-1, and it's not that fun. You want to either be up or down with your locks.
Okay.
Sound off in the chat. Tweet us at Gambling Podcast. Andy Bice, who has our personal email and emails us constantly. I'm sure Andy will.
If you can provide some feedback on this. We also had the fun idea of just every game becomes the lock, and then we'll just do best bets at the end.
No, Ryan, don't reveal the bit.
It's
all right. So
bit.
2 locks, a dog, and a money line round robin. This is the NFL preseason. Kramer, you want to start off?
2 locks, a dog, and a money line round robin. All right. For the first lock, it's got to be Mike Tomlin.
Okay.
For the second lock, it's got to be Terrell Williams in Tennessee.
Oh yeah.
For the dog, the juiciest price.
And what was Tennessee's number? You saw 3.5. Okay.
3.5.
Now maybe we just do the money line round robin, because we're already giving out 1 dog there, right?
So, all right. So you want to do it? So 3.
Yeah, 3 dogs you like in a money line round robin.
So instead of a dog, we'll do 3 dogs parlayed together.
Yes.
In a round robin.
Yes.
2s and 3s, of course.
Yes. You're making 4 bets.
I think it's. I don't know how. Like it's got to be Arizona for me. It's almost a 2-to-1 price.
Yeah.
Which is just phenomenal. I'm not the only. I think the only bigger price on the board is the Eagles, and I'm not fading Harbaugh. So I'm certainly going to put that one in there. I think the second part of the money line, I got to look to the Jets. They already played a game.
Okay.
It's plus 160. And I think the last leg of the round robin, we'll just go to the first game of the weekend. I think Bill Belichick and the boys get it done.
I like that.
Plus 150. So it feels like a pretty good round robin.
All right. For one of my locks, let's see. I'll go Arizona.
Yeah.
Plus 5. That feels like a pretty safe number. I'll also take the Jets plus 3.5.
The extra game thing's a huge advantage.
Yeah, and then for my money line round robin, I'm with you. Put New England in there. Give me the Minnesota Vikings on the money line.
That one scared me.
And then the Buffalo Bills. Sean McDermott loves winning preseason games, and their price is crazy. Plus 170. Let's fucking go.
Yeah. Maybe I'll make mine a 4-banger and throw the Bills in there.
Oh, Ryan, come on.
Think they'll let us do that?
I'm sure they will. If they're offering money line, why would they not let us round robin it?
You're probably right.
It's cowards. We're back, baby. Football is back. Sign up for the Circa Sports Contest. Check out Parlay Play. Use that promo code SGP. 100% deposit bonus. And again, it's a call to arms. You want fucking Pluto giving out parlays, or do you want to support the Sports Gambling Podcast Network? Only you can defeat corporate gambling. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/Patreon. Again, if you're going to be out at the Fantasy Football Expo, come say hi, crack a cold one. It's going to be a good time. If not, we'll see you at the end of the month at Circa Stadium Swim, Circa Sports, August 24th through the 26th.
Thank you for participating in the Sports Gambling Podcast.
For the Sports Gambling Podcast, I'm Sean, stacking the money green. He's Ryan.
Draft day, August 17th, noon Pacific.
Kramer, let it ride.